Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is KillerMiller, and I just wanted to make a video to kind of talk about the patch notes today that were released as of May 12th. And LS, if you've heard of him, he's a league content creator and stuff like that. He does these videos where he talks about all the league patches. Not a lot. I just think it'd be kind of fun, and maybe it could be interesting for people to hear my voice on some of the stuff. So yeah, we'll just get into it and see what happens. So I kind of already overviewed it, and everything looks really good so far, but we'll just obviously get more into it. So. Gameplay and balance weapon updates. You will no longer enter the walking accuracy state when transitioning from run to stop. When as many players were entering a walking accuracy state during their run to stop transition, that made it appear as if shots were fired when they were done at full speed. This is more just kind of quality of life, sounds like, because a lot of people, including people that I played against, would complain like, "Oh, you just running AK'd me, running just wanting run tap me, whatever." It's like, hey, you actually didn't. It just looked like it because they're changing that. Especially because I play at a high ping. I play at like 80, 75, so it happened to be a lot. People would always say that. Dead zone accuracy. Speed threshold increased 25% 30%. Now that you can't gain walk accuracy while transitioning from a run to a stop, also slightly increase the size of the dead zone, the full accuracy state, to make it a bit easier to get an accurate shot out quickly. This is also more just quality of life. It's not going to really make a huge change to anything, but still super nice. Cool. So all rifles, recovery times on rifles have been updated, which should make tap and burst firing a lot more efficient. And accuracy is secured anytime the weapon is refired prior to a complete duration of the weapon's respective gun recovery time. Base walk accuracy 6 degrees to 8 degrees. Like walk spraying with rifles was a little more efficient than we'd like, particularly at longer ranges. We're going to pull back on this accuracy slight to continue to monitor it. This is really good because in a game like this, you can't fully manipulate gun sprays. Um, it's gonna help a lot. That really promotes burst and tapping a lot because of the fact that you can't fully just manipulate a spray like you can in CS, and even then you can't. But you know what I'm saying? Like this game, like it's just way smarter to burst and tap in a lot of scenarios just because you can't fully predict the spray pattern. And so this is gonna help out a lot with that because I actually noticed some times where I would be spraying at a target and then I would like kind of stop to strafe and burst at him, and then my shots would be inaccurate. So this is really good. And I'm assuming that's just what all this stuff is. We don't really need to get into the specifics of these, but it's essentially what it is. It changes the gun recovery time so you can burst a little bit better. It looks to me like the Phantom is going to be a lot better with the trap, with the what's it called, with the bursting, and then they upgraded the tapping for the Vandal a lot. So yeah, those are the strengths there, which is nice. Um, and then similar things to these guns, which no, this is different. Forming other guns at their price point. Okay, this is a difficult balance to strike in a game where a single bullet from the Vandal will put you in a you shoot lots of bullets with increasing their power. Um, okay. I actually think these guns were too good. Because I think what Ryan wants to do is make everything useful, which is good, but kind of can't just do that based on how the game works. I don't know if I like this, but I will just see how it plays out. This is essentially just buffing these guns slightly, which is good. Agent updates. This is exactly what I wanted to see. This is good. The Sage, slow orb zone duration reduced from 9 to 7 seconds, and slow orb slowing amount decreased from 65 to 50%. We all know Sage is OP. We decided to reduce some of her stopping power while still allowing her to fulfill her role as a premium solar in Valorant. These changes aim to actually, yeah, okay, these are really good. Sage is the most broken character in the game. That's known. That's very obvious. And I don't even think it's mainly because of her heal and her res. Obviously, her heal and res are incredible, but it's because the slow, just the counterplay, you just can't do anything about it. Being slowed for that long is very bad. You could just stop a full rush so easily, and a lot of other champs can't really do that. And obviously, that's something that's specific to Sage, which is good, but it was too much because and you can still do that with this new change. It's not going to stop you from fully stopping a rush completely or whatever. If you still get slower, you're still going to be putting your tracks. But at the time, you were like really putting your tracks. So I think this is a good little change. Um, we'll see how it plays out though. So Cypher Cage no longer slows enemies that move through it. Wise Vintage Cypher is a premium sentinel gathering info on his enemies, but slow the cage is allowing him more into Sage's territory by pulling the entire team. Okay. By cam cooldown decrease when destroyed. That's good. By cams have been for like Sova darts at the start of the round. Okay. Yeah, this is good. I actually was thinking about that the other day. If there was a way to nerf Cypher because he kind of needs one, the best thing to do would be to remove his slow from his cage because that's not what he's known for. You don't. And the thing is, when you throw his cage down and you activate it when people go through it, you don't care about people being slowed. You care about the info that it gives you. You hear them, you could, it's basically a smoke. So that's what it's good for. The slow is just really kind of unnecessary. It's just an extra buff that they didn't really need. So them removing that I think is really good. And then also this is kind of nice. It's not gonna affect a whole lot because typically when you throw your cam down and it gets destroyed, it's like you're just kind of have it there just to get the initial info, at least at higher levels of play. Now obviously this 15 seconds of not having it is good, but if you place your camera smart, this isn't gonna do a whole lot because if you place your camera smart, um, you're just gonna throw it down, just get whatever info and pick it up if you do it right, and then it won't even get destroyed, and you can move it right later. Or you could just, if it gets destroyed, like I said, you're really been using it for the initial info. So, it's definitely a decent nerf, but it's nothing. I don't think it's gonna affect too much. Omen, dark cover smoke increased from 12 to 15 seconds. Projectile speed increased. Cooldown increase. Okay. Especially Hydra play, we've seen Brimstone become the dominant controller. Wanted to give his peers a boost. Okay, yeah, this is good. I still don't think Omen will never replace Brimstone. It's just not gonna happen. Brimstone smokes are way too good, and the way his smokes work is just it's not even the fact that they don't stay up long enough or they don't go as fast. Like the problem is that Brimstone can throw 3 down instantly from a lot easier spot, and he can also they blur your vision inside of them. While these are literally just like cages, circles. Like this is nice, but it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna really help Omen out much. It's not gonna do a whole lot. But it is a nice one. It's more quality of life here, truthfully. Viper snake bite radius increase 450, 350 to 450. Match other than not. Is that her smoke? I'm assuming that's her smoke. I think. I guess. We're increasing snake bite's radius to match other than not. Okay. Oh wait, maybe that's the. No, that's probably her, like her Molotov thing, whatever that's called. I'm assuming snake bite. I'm assuming. Okay, yeah, that's pretty decent then. I don't know. It's not that big. There's way too many tight corridors in this game as it is, and it's not like it needs to have a bigger radius to stop you. I mean, it's gonna stop you regardless. I guess if you're flying through it, then it helps. But 9 times out of 10, when you hit this thing hits the ground, it doesn't last very long, and so you're just gonna wait it out. And like I said, if you do run through it, you're just kind of getting screwed anyways. So it's not the biggest change, but it's nice. We see bee hoppers out there jumping through incendiary, fireball, and snakebite while taking no damage. We don't want to completely negate the skill, but we also don't want to trivialize. Okay, I like that they're acknowledging this in a good way. Height required to jump out of the damaging ability or denial abilities. So is this making it where you also you just can't bee hop out of it, or is this a higher skill gap? I'm pretty sure it's just making it where you can't do it, but bee hopping's still useful in its own right. I think. I don't know. Good quality of life change, I guess. Incendiary damage. It's actually pretty big, truthfully. Make the tick damage speed go. You're basically just taking more damage. Oh wait, total was like a. Okay, never mind, never mind. I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, it's okay. It's not that bad. It's not gonna do a whole lot. But it is good that they're addressing this. I actually think this is a really good change because of the fact that they're taking this into consideration. They're thinking about this. Like they know b hopping is a thing and that it is valuable, but they're not just gonna take it out of the game completely. They want to keep it existing, but they don't want to like make it big. This is good. Obviously this change I think is whatever, but this is cool. I'm glad that they're acknowledging. Um, Agent cost tuning, ability credit cost tuning. Sorry. We felt the credit cost of some abilities did not match those impactful. The impact those abilities brought to a match and made adjustments for more accurate reflection. Stage barrier orb increased 300 to 400. Raised blast pack increased. Phoenix curveball increased. Brimstone area increased. Yeah, updraft reduced. Okay, this is good. Sage orb is or sage barrier is very good. This is gonna stop her from buying the barrier and then also like a ghost on first round. Now she'll have to buy armor. Which the ghost buy is kind of better. Obviously, it depends on what your comp, what you're going for. And honestly, for her, it might even be better just to buy armor anyways. But still, it's good. It's a little more expensive, which is always nice. Last spec increased. I don't know how I feel about this. Raise this is a nerf to raise, and she doesn't need this. This isn't what's like stopping her from being played at higher level. Or this isn't gonna affect her much. It just is what it is. Phoenix curveball. I think this is okay. Um, the thing is, he's gonna buy them regardless. Even if you made them 300 a piece, people would buy two regardless at high level. It's not gonna matter how much you make them. Obviously, if you make them too expensive, it will stop. But this isn't gonna do a whole lot. Incendiary increased. It's kind of pretty useless too. This is okay. Jet updraft is very niche as it is, so it's not already needed too much. Um, But at the end of the day, Jet's very underpowered as it is. So giving her a slight quality of life change essentially is what this is nice. So these are all okay. They're just nothing super. The only one that's good is this one. I think this is a very relatively big. The rest are just kind of niche, but it's okay. Changes change, which I do like that they're at least thinking about this stuff. Agent armor. Armor carried over from prior rounds is no longer destroyed when new armor is purchased, allowing you to sell newly purchased armor and return to your previous armor status. This is good. I think that one of the biggest issues this game has facing its economy is its armor. You basically have to buy it every single round. Um, or yeah, I mean you basically have to buy it every single round. So this is gonna help a lot with that. Stop people from having to deal with buying that every round. That's why I think that's some of the reason at least the economy I feel like is pretty bad, but they're addressing it, which is good. So total cap is reduced from 12 to 9,000, 12,000 9,000. We're noticing players teams manage to bank high credits or maintaining a rich economic state for too long because of monumental change challenge. Okay, yeah, this is interesting. In a game where you're spending already so much money, is it this isn't as big. Or wait, where you're not spending as much money. Sorry, isn't quite as big. If they want to make the opposing team not be in such a bad spot, they need to increase the money they get. They need to have a higher um what's it called, losing round bonus, because I think after you lose 2 rounds in a row, you don't get any more money. Like you get a bonus for losing 1 round, you get a bonus for losing the second round, and then it caps after that. Then they add like a third or a fourth, probably not a fourth, but probably like a third round bonus, and also maybe even increase that, because reducing the money isn't necessarily going to slow down the winning team. It's just going to make it with the problem is that the enemy team can't pick up, and it's not because they have a lot of money. It's because that they're not getting enough. So this is kind of useless, but I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. Character updates. So Aldro now includes a layer of sound for engine rotors. Okay, that's just quality of life. App update. This is what I'm also excited for. Attacking teams have been having difficulty finding a foothold in their territory control across the map. We made a few changes that should allow attackers better opportunities to contest A main, mid top, and B tower. Okay, this is true. It's very very defending sided. Barrier locations, those clear boo walls have been adjusted across the map to provide attackers more foothold into the territory across the map. Why can't I think of what this was? Okay, whatever. Let's just. B mid has been pulled back. New barriers or entrance to vent. Top staircases and tower. Defender position. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm stupid. The ones that I don't know why I couldn't think of that. The ones that gate you from entering. Okay. B mid has been pulled back. I wonder how far they pulled that back. I don't think that'll do much though, because all you really need is a sage wall mid, and that's not gonna. Actually, it might. It'll probably help a lot with the. A lot of people like the wall right side mid, up and get sewer control. Really good. This will help gate that. Push pulled back at A ramps. Okay, that's good too. That'll give attackers thing. And push forward at A main. Oh gosh. Okay, A is about to be even a more nightmare. A was the one site that wasn't, I think, super T side or defending side. A was the one site you could really take control of really early on. And push. Not only are they pulling back the defender when they're pushing forward the attacker one. This is actually gonna help the attackers out a lot. You can set up brimstone smokes a lot easier now. You can basically walk up to the front of the ramp, and this is gonna force you as defenders to pull a more what's the word I'm looking for? Defensive agent, like a sage or one with a lot of utility. I can't think of the word, but anyways, you're gonna have to pull an agent with a lot more utility towards this side of the map. Um, and so this is huge. These two changes are really big to me. Anyways, we'll see how it plays out though. Attacker barrier has been pushed forward slightly at B main. Okay, that's fine. That's not gonna do a whole lot. Angled the wall on the left interior of B tower when pushing it up from stairs mid. 50-50 angle check when pushing space. Make it more approachable. Oh wait, I'm stupid. Okay, sorry, I just read those together. Okay, this is good though. The 50-50 angle check is a little weird. Radiant crate and B has been changed to metal crate to provide more cover. Okay, I like that because that was really annoying. Revised R to improve performance throughout the map. Okay, yeah, this is honestly, this might make this map literally T-sided now. This is big. This is huge. You might have to shift your team comps to either having double 2 different defensive champions at A, or you'll have to even possibly play 3A, and this is bad. It's weird because it puts you in this spot where like you either have to pick up more defensive champions on your team, which is going to reduce the attacking champions you have on your team, the initiators, whatever they're called. I don't know why I can't think of any of these. which is going to reduce the amount of those you'll have on your team, which is going to end y'all reduce your T side. But at the end of the day, the thing is, we got to see how much they adjusted these two. How far back did they pull this, and how far forward did they push this? But I don't know. This is gonna be really weird because I think if you put a Sage at A, this kind of negates this problem. It stops the A from being as disgusting. But the biggest problem with split is the mid. If you get mid control, you win the game. Like mid control is the end all be all. Um, and so this is why I was saying you're gonna have to have possibly double, what's it called? Double defensive champions on, or more than what you already have. Not double because you already have two, but like three even, to help prevent A and also help defend mid. So this could actually turn this into a T side map potentially. We'll just have to see what happens with that. But yeah, okay, Haven, new map exploit and an effect which will have negative effects on anyone trying to escape. Okay, I think that's just quality of life. Added fixes for Cypher camo spots to all 3 maps. Huge thanks to everyone who helped us track these down. Okay, this is really good. I'm actually a Cypher main, but I still think this is really good for the game. Dealing with this is I don't know. It's just bad. I mean, it's a bug, so there's no need for it to be in the game. So that's good. That makes Cypher actually have to think about what he's doing with his camera instead of just throwing it at B and unsplit and just calling it a day. You can just see everything. That'll help open up. This is also going to help open up actually B site on this map. Making it even slightly more T-sided because that one simple Cypher camera that you could like glitch into the trash can or whatever, which most people probably know about now, is that made it where you could pretty much play nobody B. You could play 3 mid 2A. Just have somebody play up heaven B and quick rotate over to what's it called? Quick rotate over to B if they're there. So this is really big. This is gonna help out a lot. Yeah, like I said, I could genuinely see split becoming T-sided after this potentially. Like that's how big these changes are. Like I said, it's gonna depend on what they do to this. But anyways, enough of that. Backside of the spawn barriers in our pick to prevent some abuse cases. Okay, whatever. Added ability to respect to automatically fall. Okay, that's good too. That's really good because that for whatever reason it always just got caught in places you couldn't get it. So, anyways, fix multiple slots for Sova's Recon Dart could over penetrate map geometry. Okay, yes, actually me and my friend found a spot of that the other day. I'm sure that'll be fixed. So that's good. HUD UI. Okay, I don't really want to read all this. Let's see. We'll just hit the highlights on mainly on this stuff. So quality of life, Viper's poison cloud no longer endless cooldown when picked up during buy phase. Okay, that's good. Bow coloring. Okay, that's good too. Yeah, a lot of this stuff you guys can just read on your own. There's really no need for me to cover this. Whatever. Mainly just covering the big changes. Bug fixes. This is God, there's quite a few. Once again, it's very, very similar. You guys could just read this on your own. Not much. I don't want to read through all this. This is really just all quality of life stuff. Even these are just quality of life. Just gonna help out with the game's integrity and whatnot. So, okay, cool. Let's see. All right, well that's pretty much it. I guess we'll give like a rundown. I'm gonna do just like LS does. I think this is actually a really good patch overall. Weapon updates. This is great. I think this is super good. It could potentially be a little too much, but I don't think it will. Because like I said, bursting and tapping is so powerful in this game, so that's super helpful. This might be too much. Like I said, I know Riot wants to make every gun powerful in the game, which is good. It can be good for game integrity, but in a competitive game like this, like you just the fact at the end all be all is the Vandal, Phantom, Bulldog, not even kind of the Guardian, and like the Op, or like those are just the only guns that are going to be used. It doesn't matter what you do to these, because Counter-Strike tried to do a similar thing where they tried to buff their machine guns, and it just won't ever work. So I think that they just need to kind of give up hope. These are only very, very, very niche buys, and if they make it where it's not niche and you can use it in all situations, it's going to be impossible to balance. I actually think this is bad, or at least useless, if not bad. So that's stage slow. This is really good. It's nothing too crazy to just completely blow her back, but it is going to help out a little bit with the stops. Cypher Cage, this is good. Like I said, I think Cypher Cages are really good. The Spy Cam cooldown isn't as big, but it is a little bit of a nerf, which is nice. This is pretty useless. It's nice stuff, but at the end of the day, if they're what they're saying is they want to make him more like you could play him similar like you do Brimstone, which you just can't. Brimstone smokes are just so like they will always be that much better, so it's impossible. This champion will just never be a Brimstone. And so that being said, this is pretty useless. It's not going to do a whole lot. So yeah, this is also kind of useless to Viper. It's a slight help, but at the end of the day, If you're trying to sprint through this, you're either going to die from it, or you're just not going to sprint through it. I don't think it's going to change a whole lot. The B hopping thing is, I'm actually glad that they're addressing this. I don't think what they change is too big, but the fact that they are keeping this in mind is good. These are all pretty good. Nice little quality of life changes. Like I said, this is really the only big one, the Sage Barrier. And Jet's kind of nice, but the rest aren't too big. But yeah, Agent Armor is very good. I'm glad they're addressing that. This is pretty useless. No need. They need to, like I said, they need to make it where the enemy can get back in the game quicker instead of reducing how long the team that's up stays ahead. That's gonna be helpful. That's just an update. Split changes. These, I would say they're good, but as I said before, these two changes are what I'm scared for. We're gonna have to see what this causes, and then also the mid one, wherever that one is. Yeah, B mid. All three of these. This could turn this into a T side map, which could be bad. Just these changes can be that big because, like I said before, the A push is the one site I think is relatively easy to take. And the thing is, to make it not easy to take, you pull like a Sage, somebody with super good utility, over to the site, which is fine. But then that takes away pressure from mid. And like I said before, mid pressure is what wins this map. That's how you beat. If you get mid control, you win the game. 100%. So I like these changes. I think it's good that they're addressing this, but I think they might have done a little too much here. Like I said, we'll just have to see how it plays out. But yeah, Haven, this is quality of life really. Cypher Can, that's good. I'm glad they fixed that. And then obviously just a few other things. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching and listening in. Like I said, I want to do these a lot more, and we'll just kind of address a lot of stuff as time goes on. But overall, I think this is a really good patch for the most part, because and a lot of it isn't even because a lot of the changes are really good. A lot of it's really good because they're addressing this stuff, which is great. The fact that they're keeping the stuff in mind is big. Like I said, not this. They're like the economy. This is, like I said, this isn't, I don't think, the answer, but they're addressing it. This is pretty good. They should do more, but this is good. So overall, yeah, good little patch, and yeah, we'll just see how it plays out. And thank you guys so much for watching.